Hey party people, this is Zeke from Replicate, and today I want to talk to you about a new image generation model called Flux. Flux is a model from the original creators of Stable Diffusion, who recently left Stability AI to form their own company and start releasing their own line of models. So Flux came out today. Um, if you haven't checked it out already, you can actually run the model on Replicate. We're one of the launch partners with Black Forest Labs. So just like any other model on Replicate, you can um, run it in your browser. There's a few different models, um, and you can fill out a form right on the web to get started playing around with it. And then, of course, every model has its own API in the cloud that you can run as well. Um, I have a little project called AIMG, which is a node command line tool that I like to use to generate images on my own machine and generate a bunch of them all at once. So I just added support today for the Flux Schnell model in AIMG. So I want to give you a little demo of how that works, and we can take it for a spin. So um, if you haven't used this project before, AIMG, all you have to do is npm, let me boost my screen size a little bit here, npm install global AIMG. And that'll install the package for you. And now you have this AIMG command line tool that you can run. So um, what I want to do is create a directory, put a prompt file in it, and then start generating a bunch of images there. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to my desktop. I'll make a new image called Flux test and cd into it. And then right off the cuff, I can just do AIMG cute kitty, and let's see what happens. So that's going to run the Flux Schnell model. And now in my local directory here, I have hopefully 3 cute kitties. Oh, yes, definitely. Very cute. So what I want to do now is actually generate something a little more useful. So I'll get rid of those images, and I'm going to write a long prompt, something that I don't really want to write in the command line. So I'm going to create a file called prompt.md. And if we go over to the Replicate blog announcing the new Flux model, one of the most exciting things for me about this new model and some other new image generation models is they're really good at complex composition, meaning you can give them a fairly detailed prompt with instructions about where things are arranged in the image. And the prompt can be fairly long, and it'll still generate it accurately. So here we have 3 magical wizards standing on a yellow table, blah, blah, blah. And you can see from this image that it actually works out pretty well. So let's start with that. So I'm going to go back to my project here. I'm going to open up this file in Cursor. If you're not using Cursor, it's a fork or a derivative editor of Visual Studio Code that adds some very fancy AI superpowers to your coding experience. So here I have this file, prompt.md, and what I want to do is write a little, I got a bunch of files open here. I'm going to write a little tiny bash script to execute my AIMG thing. So what I want to use is, if I go to the AIMG README, there's this little incantation here that I can use to actually cat the prompt.md into the execution. So now I can make that little Shell file executable. And now if I type go.sh, it should run that command for me. And now I have a basis for being able to kind of iterate on this. So what happened? Did it work? Yeah, it totally worked. Okay, so um, oh, they all got it pretty much right. So the prompt is um, witch in a red robe, sign says is, and on the right, a wizard in blue robes hold a sign that says cool. Are they standing on a yellow table? Okay, they're not standing on a yellow table in this image, but in the other ones they are. So that's pretty impressive. So let's see if we can take it a step further and add more to this prompt. So let's say um, the witch in red robes is wearing glasses. And I want more than 3 images. I want a bunch of images. So I'm going to add this extra parameter here that says count n. And now if I run go.sh again, we can see our inputs there. And now it's generating a bunch of images for us. And the nice thing is here is that they're just getting dumped right into this directory on my computer. So now we can see, um, sure enough, it's still following all the prompts, but the newly generated images include the witch with glasses. So can we take it even further? So let's try saying um, the wizard on the left is wearing open-toed sandals. And let's run it again and see what happens. Now we're getting 10 more images. I'm going to go back to this view so I can tell what's going on. Sort them by date modified. We're coming back. You can see the Schnell model runs pretty fast. Already done generating those 10 images. Okay, the wizard's barefoot in this one. But as we go through them, you can see, sure enough, um, wow, there's a lot of variety here. But we've got open-toed sandals, we've got glasses, and we've got it following a lot of the things that we asked for. So, of course, it's still doing the typical AI things where not every image is perfect, but that's where tools like AIMG come in. Where let's say I wanted to do 100 images, um, I can kick that off right now, and Nell is a pretty fast model, and the outputs are cheap, so I can run this 100 times over and look at those images pouring into my machine. Lots of good options there. So that's an intro to Flux. Give it a try. Give it your longest prompts and have fun making images. Thanks for watching.